Hello everybody. Today I have a TKG3 board set. This came in and the note with it says this is a Nintendo cocktail. I believe it also has damaged EPROMs and missing heat sinks on the RAMs. So we'll take a look at all of that. I just connected all my connectors here. Let's see. And, oops. I've got my Jamaloom hooked up. And let's see what we got on the screen. Okay, first thing I notice is we have no sound. Let's make sure all of our connectors are hooked up here. Alright. No sound. And no game. Well. It's interesting to see bright green like that. Alright, let me put the extender cable down on here. There's a little cable that goes between the two boards. The back board and the video board. And I've got a little longer one so I can open it up. I'm going to install that. I probably should have done that in the first place. Alright, let's see what we got now. Anything different? Nothing. Okay. It almost looks like EPROMs. Let's double check. Make sure everything's plugged in here. Okay. Alright, now we've got a game. I just plugged everything back in, the ribbon cables and everything on the sides. So it looks like, okay, we've got Donkey Kong. This is usually these stripes in the ladders and the ramps. Usually that is a bipolar prom on the, what is it, on the video board. So on the 2-board set it would be I think 2N, and on the 4-board set it's 5 something. Anyway, okay, so we got that. And let's see if we coin it up if we get any sound. Nothing. Well, that's interesting. My sound amp is turned up. Well, good thing we don't need sound to play. So let's take a look here. Alright, so we got a game up. That's good. Alright, I've got a donor board here with a good prom. Let's see. Let me take the bad one out. What I think is the bad one. And put in what I think is a good one here. Alright. Well, let me show you which chip that is. Okay, so this is the video board here. And this chip at 5F is the PROM basically the color lookup table for the video board. This one is the original. When I put this in, I get the scrambled screen. When I take the donor from my other board and put it in, that's it. It fixed it. So I'll check this, make sure that the programming's wrong, but it looks like it maybe looks pretty bad here. Maybe it just got put in backwards. I don't know. I'll check that before I replace it. Put a new chip in there. Actually, I'll just leave this one in and reprogram the one for my other board. So that's step one. And that appears to have fixed the colors and the gameplay. So that's good. Now let's see on the other side. What in the world happened here? Alright, so let's look at the soundboard here. This set is missing the back plate, so they sent it in on a piece of cardboard instead, and that's fine. I'll send it in back with stacked all four of these with new connectors, or with these standoffs, new standoffs. And that should make a nice solid stack. And then they can just separate it at the center and put it back together on the back plate. Okay, here we've got, let's see, why are we not, we've got our sound power, we've got our speaker out. Let me zoom out here. Okay, the volume pot on the jam adapter is turned up. Let's see about this guy. Well, that looks a little, oh, look at this. Can you see that on camera, I hope? This pot has two broken legs, and this is the volume pot. So I know I still have those. I'll grab one and then maybe we'll get some sound back. Yeah, that kind of, oh, this resistor's also broken. I could probably solder that back, tack that back to see if, and what is this chip? Oh, this is a transistor. It's bent over and looks like a chip. Well, it's a transistor. Okay, so let me remove this. Alright, there's my legs off of that. Let me grab a replacement pot. Excuse me. Years ago, when I first started doing this, I got a huge bag of these, and they were up on eBay. I don't remember what I paid for them, but it wasn't very much, and they fit perfectly on Donkey Kongs on the volume pot. All right, let's turn this over, solder it up. Simple so far. Let's see if this helps this board. Okay. Let's turn around and see if we get anything in the sound. Guess I should probably turn it about midway. Still nothing. Oh, I need this cap. Is there any other? This one's broken too. Looks like I need to, let's take all this off. There we go. So I need well, I've got a little capacitor assortment over here. This comes in really handy. I got this off of AliExpress. It was dirt cheap, like $3 for all of these. Maybe it was $4. And okay, so I need a 1UF and a 1UF. So I need two 1UFs. There we go. 1UF. At 50. I like these because most of them are pretty high rated. Like here I got one at 50, and I think it's probably one at 25 or maybe even 16 on this board. I'll know as soon as I take it off. That leg's gone. And this one right here. This makes perfect sense since this part was smashed. What's going on here? Alright. Plus goes on this side. Oh, come on. Get in there, there we go. This other one, wow, this one is gone too. Yeah, 1UF. Here's a 1UF. I think I just took that one off. I'll go back and look at the camera, I guess. And then there's a 1UF here also. It's missing. So I need another one. Yeah, 3 bad ones there. It's kind of crazy if they're all bent like that or just bent off. Well, no, it's not. I hope you guys can hear me a little bit better in this. I've got a Bluetooth headset that it was running out of juice every 10 minutes or so. I don't know why. So now I've got it tethered to the power supply, but the Bluetooth it's Bluetooth to the camera. So hopefully everything is easier to hear. I don't have to talk so loud. And it should be clear. Alright, anything else? Any other damage on there? This looks okay. It's very filthy. Before this goes back, it'll get a bath. Alright. Let's see here. Hook that up. And this guy. And power in. And speaker out. Hopefully we get something now. If not, next step is to look at the amp on the board. Still nothing. No sound. Something else is kind of flaky because sometimes it boots and sometimes it won't. Which is connections. That's all it can be. I could run the diagnostics on this, but I'd need to socket the Z80. And I don't want to do that yet. You may have to. Let's look. Alright, so we're up. Still no sound. Alright, well, let's clamp on and see if we get any signals on the 8035. Right here is a 324. A lot of times that'll be the problem. Okay. But the way this came in, this could all be, half of this could be smashed. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm getting pulses here on the 8035. So, let's see, am I getting anything over here on the transistors? Nothing. That's very unusual. Why would there be no sound at all? We know there's sound because the last video I was playing Donkey Kong through this adapter, and my speaker there was lighting up, so we had sound. Okay. What? Boy, this one needs to be replaced too. I bet you I got a whole bunch that are just tweaked here. Let's see. Well, I may have to pull the schematics out. This is interesting. I didn't know. Well, what is it? No, that's not broken off. Let me think. Huh? I mean, normally you get some sound, no matter what. I'm not hearing anything, so... Let's see. Oh yeah, nothing. It's almost like there's no power to this board. But we know there is. Let's see. Yeah, chips are running. There's power. So, next. Yeah, you can see it's playing something. So this LM324, I guess, is next. And C1 usually has something to do with if one output is there and the other one isn't. C2, this is the one to look at, C1. It's the last, it's the cap that everything mixes into that cap before it goes out here, if I recall correctly. And yeah, I'm seeing nothing here. So what I'm going to have to do is pull out the schematic and start tracing back on the back of the board to make sure that we've got all the connections. And I probably should take and put an LM324 on these just because I'm getting nothing. So you either get digital sounds from here, analog sounds are all of this stuff, and if you don't get either, that means something has gone wrong in the final mixing stage. So between where they get mixed and the output, something's wrong. So it could be the speaker, but it's not. It could be the volume here, which we have a speaker here, and that's turned up. And all right, let me grab the schematics. Okay, I'm back. I have another idea. I'm going to take this one out and set it aside and take my known working good one. We'll put this in instead, just to make sure that it really is the sound card and it's not the signals or these cables or the outputs from the the output on the adapter, or maybe these wires here. Let's see. All right, let's check it now. Okay, so we do have sound. Let's see. We'll set that to the side. Okay, so this turns up only the analog sounds. Okay, so there's no volume on the digital sounds, only the analog. I think the upright was actually the opposite. I think you turn up the digital sounds and the analog sounds are always the same. Huh, okay. Well, it's been a while since I've done this, so let's see. All right, so I'm going to have to grab the schematics and figure out what's wrong with this other board. Definitely doesn't work. I can actually put this board up back on, change the 8035 and the EPROMs. I can swap in these known good EPROMs and the 8035 from here, and then we'll see where we are. Let's do that. All right. So at least that'll tell us if the EPROMs are maybe just bad or something like that. But usually, I bet it could be the 8035, but I heard nothing when I pulled it out and put it in back before. So let's see. Turn it on. I got nothing. It's still on. So when you shouldn't hot swap chips generally because it's so easy to get them backwards or miss a pin. But I'm going to do it. Okay, if I put it in, well, no difference. Okay, so let's try the EPROMs. If the EPROMs aren't it and the 8035 isn't it, well, we know that more than likely this little LM324 is bad, because we know we're getting stuff out of here, out of this, what is it, the DACO 8. We saw activity there. So it probably is the LM324. That's the next swap. Alright. So there we go. Let's see. Still nothing. Yeah, nothing. Okay. So LM324 it is. We'll put these back in my test board before I forget which is which. I'll just go straight back into that board. Let me tell you, I see some of these guys who repair boards and they only have one board and it's the one that came in. And things like this are really hard to diagnose if you don't have another board to play with or to swap parts in. I think I've said that before. I try to keep one working example because we do so many of these, and I'd hate to just see them, not have to diagnose every board every time when something doesn't work, instead of just swapping good boards in like we did with the audio board. Okay. All right, let me find a LM324 and we'll swap that in. Well, I grabbed an LM324 and I thought I'd jumper it and see if it makes a difference. A lot of times you'll get sound if it's a bad chip. And turn this on and I hear the sound, the amp power up, but nothing else. Let's see. Yeah, so it's not the board. I mean, it's not, the pop isn't coming from the board. It's so there's something else crashed here in the path. And I don't know if it's the LM324 or not. We're going to set this aside over here. All the bad pieces we're going to set over here. On this other corner, so far we've got 3 resistors, or 3 capacitors, all 1 UF. We've got this guy, which is the, what is it, VR1. The rest of these seem solid. This one should be replaced too. What is it? It's a, looks like a 33 UF. 3.3 at 50. It's bulging on the bottom. Let's see, do I have any? 3.3 at 50, which is this guy. We'll replace that one. Where's that 3.3 right here, huh? None of them look very healthy. This one doesn't look very good either. Oh, that's the one I was going to replace. 3.3, 3.3. Is this a 33 or? That's a 4.7. What's this one over here? Another 3.3. So I got 1, 2, 3, 3.3s. Might as well. Oh, here's another one. 4. We got 4. We'll just let's see. Don't place them all yet. Yeah, look, they all got. Somebody stabbed the top of every one of these. Stab, stab. Why would they do that? Alright, let me replace this 3.3 next. That one's got a stab mark in the top. So there's this one and this one, so we'll do all 4 of them. Since we're here, let's see. One, 2, 3, 4. And then we got 4.7s. I got a couple 4.7s too, and we might as well just keep working at it, huh? Replace them all. If you get a bad cap, it's open, yeah, you're gonna not get anything through that. Let's see. Okay. 3.3, we'll start here. That's the first one. So, positive. Probably kind of boring, huh? Sometimes it's just easier to do them one at a time. This one's a 3.3. and positive, negative. Another 3.3. Positive and negative. That's exactly how it was. When you're clipping these, don't ever clip them tight to the board. You know, pull up a couple millimeters before you clip them off, or you might. And don't ever dig this way to cut stuff off, because you'll tear up traces. No problem. And that's not something you want to do. Okay, here's another 3.3 right here. This is the fourth one, I believe. We looked at before. That one. Positive on that side. And negative there. Well, these didn't look like any of them were open, but they sure don't look very good. They're all bulged at the bottom, and they've been stabbed at the top. I just don't trust them. You know, if it's coming out of the casing, they've had their time. All right, so let's see. Now we got two 4.7s. They've been stabbed also. Gosh. All right, where are they? 4.7s at 50. I think the originals are 16s or something like that. We're gonna use 50s. And somebody's worked on this board a little before, I think. I see those dark blue caps everywhere on the soundboard. Maybe that doesn't mean anything. All right. This one goes positive. And negative. And here's the other one. 4.7. This one had one leg bent real tight to the board. It's a little harder to get out. Two of them. It's unsoldered, I just can't pull it through the board. I said don't do this, and I had to do it. Oops. That one goes over here. Alright, so we got two of these. Well, let's see if that made any difference. I don't see any other broken parts, you know? I can't, well, that doesn't look real healthy. It's a 10. Oh yeah, this one's been pulled off. That's a 10 microfarad also. So there's a couple 10s right there. We've already placed the ones, I thought. This one's a 1. That one looks okay, but this one, man, it's got one leg just pulled right off. This one too, look at that. Look at that, the whole thing just comes right off the board. So these two 10s are next. Only one leg. Alright. This is a 10 at 16. They're both 10 at 16s. Let's see what we got here. We have, okay, 10s at 25, so that'll work. Two 10s at 25. Okay, positive there, negative there. What about this guy? Positive over here, negative over there. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but I got the 3D printer going. It's kind of cool. It just hums to me. You know, you can't really have any music going on in these videos because, you know, YouTube will give you a strike. It's like you can't listen to whatever you want. So I'd love to just be able to turn the radio on, advertise the local radio, and you know, and then just listen to some good music. But they won't let me. So, all right. What next? What's this one? This is another 10. That one looks okay. Let's see where we're at. All right. Boom, boom. This guy. And speaker. Come on, give me something. Here we go. Still nothing. Now we're getting lots of activity. Well, even at the sound. So, what in the world is going on here? Low, low. Oh, I'm missing a cap right here. Look at this. I bet this is probably it. There is a capacitor. C21. Missing right off the board. And the legs are still in there. And that's a 3. Is it a 33 or a 3.3? I think it's a... Well, I'm going to have to look at the schematics and figure out what that is, but I'm taking those legs out. And I think this just may have something to do... Oh, I don't need the schematics, so I'm going to grab my other board and see what's there. C21. C21 is right here. It is a .33 UF at 16. All right, 33 at 16, right here. And there we go. Missing right off the board. All right, there's a plus. And negative is closest to me. Wouldn't this be cool if that was killing all the sound? It's possible. I used to say that. It's possible. All right. Okay. Oh my word. Yes. That is... Listen to that. Oh my gosh, I even have the digital sounds back. Now look. Well, that's interesting. Now, yeah, this dials down the analog sound or the digital sounds. Okay, so turn that sucker all the way up. I always leave this all the way up because the sounds, the background noise, and the foreground music, and the background digital sounds and the analog sounds, all are at the same level. Wow. Okay, let me show you. All right. Let's see. That's looking good, right? We got all our characters. Oops, what is that? Oh, that's a glitch, connection glitch on the back here. I've got a power connector that doesn't have a latch on it to latch into the black power connector in the back. So that's what that is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe. Yeah, that's what that is. I turned the board back over, plug it in, and now we're good to go. So I think once this is all stabilized and put in the, well, maybe not. Wow, finicky. Let's see. Oh, the soundboard was rubbing on the other board. I need to put a standoff in there. And that'll make a difference. All right. Wow. Is everything okay? So we'll put it all on standoffs and see. That's weird that all of a sudden now when the sound... See, it's perfect right there. Let's see if I don't touch it, what happens. It's almost like I have a bad connector. Does it glitch out again? Nope. Okay, connectors. Connectors and board, you know, moving the boards around. No. Oh. All right, I think I have an idea here. Let me get my freeze spray. I've got the two RAMs on the video board, don't have heat sinks. So I'm wondering, I didn't touch anything yet. It starts to glitch out. What happens if I hit these two chips? Wow. What is going on there? Well, it's not those two chips. Let's pop this up and see, is it the interconnects? Does that get any better? We have it almost seems like something's overheating, doesn't it? Okay. I'm feeling the ROMs and the video board. Everything seems to be, well, these ECLs are a little hot, but there's one, oh, the 136. Let's hit that. No difference. Oh, I've got a cap that's broken here. A big one, too. Let's see if that makes a difference. Huh. Well, that stabilized it. All right, let me show you what I did. This whole area I hit with freeze spray. There's a big chip out of this capacitor I didn't see before. I may have to find a donor board and grab one of those. I'm not sure what that is. Let's look. It is a 104K. Huh. Oh, that's not that big of a cap. I wonder what else I could use there. It's just An 0.1 UF ceramic. Why the heck is it so big? Wow. It's probably not that capacitor. What else is there? Could be this chip is hot. The 123s, which kind of, you know, the variable variable resistors that affect the screen position are all tied back into these two. I think the two 123s, whatever they are. All right, let me show you. Everything seems to be okay. Let's watch it and see if it glitches out. It sure seemed like something was overheating all of a sudden. And then it'd pop back into sync, and then sync would go away. Let's play a game. Ooh. My sound went away. What the heck? All right, hold on. Let's flip it back over. What is going on here? All right. Remember I said earlier while it was still on this soundboard, shorted out against the board below it, so I put another standoff in there. And let's see. Maybe that caused the glitch too? I don't know. Oh, it's hard to play left-handed when I'm reaching across the table to the test rig. It's in cocktail mode. I don't have the cocktail controls hooked up, so we'll just have to kind of watch it die. Alright, so my next step is to wash these boards. I think I have them fixed. I think it glitched out because of the whole board set's kind of shifting around. So I'll put it on standoffs, some nice new standoffs, and clean the board set. And then I'll put it back on the bench and let it play. And if I do have a problem, I know the area that I hit it with freeze play. I'm hoping that was either that, or it was just going crazy because of the soundboard had glitched out. I don't know how that would have happened, but well, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to clean it up. Like I said, I'll clean up the board, put it on standoffs, make it reseat all the edge connectors and get rid of these old board standoffs, and then we'll burn it in, and I'll come back and let you know what's going on. All right, see you in a few. Alright, I've got this all back together. All new standoffs. I put 2 of the short standoffs in this center so he can remove them and put the plate in between. And yeah, that's pretty sturdy now. So let's fire it up and see what we get. All right, nice. Looks pretty good. So looks like we replaced a dozen or so caps on the soundboard. And we had that C21, which was bad. It was just ripped off the board, and because of that, nothing, no sound at all. Oh, so we also had a color ROM or color prom at I think it's 5E, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, where was it here? It was at 5F on the video board, and we had a bad pot on that sound, and then we had just dirty connections. So we've completely cleaned the board. It looks spotless now. Let's take a look. So the board looks really clean now. We've got, all that dirt off. We cleaned all 4 boards, both sides, reseated all the ROMs, and yeah, it looks pretty darn clean now. I found one other problem, and there was a note on here that said there was a broken ROM, and I finally found it. This one here. The glass is broken, but it's programmed properly. So I might just stick a sticker back over it because it works. It's fine. Just has missing the glass. But everything seems to be okay. I'm going to let it burn in to see if it... oh, look, it's got the Japanese set. It's copyright Nintendo 1981. So that means it's got the ladder trick on it, which means you can go up a ladder and barrels won't come down at you. And let's see. And that's about it. I'm going to let it burn in for several hours and see what's up. And hopefully it doesn't glitch out like that again. I think it was cables, or maybe because things were loose. But this is pretty much it right here. What we replaced, what we needed to, all new standoffs, clean board, and we're good to go. There we are. Everything looks great. Thanks for watching.